today with the magic behind stop motion animation. So, today I'm going to take you behind the essence of one of the most magical and artistic techniques in cinema, that is stop motion animation. Actually, I've always been fascinated by how these movies look. They feel different, more personal, more detailed, and even more scary. If I hadn't discovered how stop motion works, I would have kept thinking it was just a thing from the past. But now I see it has a true form of art and expression. So let's begin. What is stop motion? Stop motion is a technique where objects like a puppet or clay figures are moved little by little and then are photographed on one frame at a time. When all the images are played quickly, they create the illusion of movement, and basically the characters don't move on their own. They are moved by the animator frame by frame. And if you want just 1 minute of stop motion, you need over 1400 photographs, a lot of photographs. And if the lighting or camera moves by accident, the whole scene could be ruined. So that's why patience is everything in this process, and patience is key to be a stop motion animator. So, how it's done stop motion? Step by step, let me walk through the steps. So the first one is crucial, is about planning and storyboarding every second of moving, and it's playing in advance. If they hadn't created a detailed plan, the animation wouldn't be um, consistent. So, building puppets and sets, animators build up characters using clay, silicone, or fabric. The sets are also created by hand. Every tiny detail matters a lot, and frame by frame photography. And the animator moves the model slightly, takes a photo, and repeat. And sometimes it takes an entire day just to make 5 seconds of animation. About the post production, after all the photos have been taken, they are voices and music are added, and sometimes effects are used to remove support wires or mistakes. Um, some of the most beautiful stop motion films has been released or made by studios like Leica and Artman. Here are some examples. The well known is Coraline. It has thousands of facial expressions built by hand. And The Nightmare Before Christmas, a movie that has become part of Halloween and Christmas traditions. The next one is Isles of Dogs, a movie with incredible detail and a strong message. If these directors had chosen to use only digital tools, we will be missed these amazing works of art because it's not teachable to always we We watch a lot of movies with techniques that are most traditional than stop motion. As example, um, digital animation in 2D dimension and second dimension, or in 3D. But for create a stop motion movie, is necessary to spend um, around 2 years, more or less, or could be more time. So, what makes a stop motion so unique in the realness of it? You can almost feel the texture of the materials, and you can tell that human hands were involved in every detail, and it's so beautiful. It's imperfect, and that's what make it perfect. Even with modern technology, stop motion hasn't disappeared, and I think uh, that's because it touched something in us, something nostalgic and emotional. So, as far as I'm concerned, when I've learned how much time and effort goes into a stop motion film, I was honestly shocked, and I had true thought it was easier than 3D animation. I was wrong. It takes more time, more patience, and more love. If I have never learned how it was made, I wouldn't have appreciated it this way. And I think that's true for many things. Once we understand the process, we value the result so much more than a traditional animation movie. Stop motion has existed for 100 over 100 years, and one of the first famous films was The Lost World in 1925, which used stop motion dinosaurs. And then came classics like King Kong in 1933, which blew audiences away and a huge success. Later, studios like Artman brought us Wallace and Gromit, and Laika made Coraline, and Kubo made the two strings. If these studios had chosen faster animation techniques, stop motion might have died. But they keep it alive with love and care. Obviously, this kind of animation had a lot of challenges in their creation. For example, if something goes wrong, might is seen. For example, if a camera is moved or a puppet falls, the animator might have to start over. That's why attention detail is everything in a stop motion animation. So here are some fun facts that will blow your mind. So the animators of Nightmare Before Christmas had to take 100,000 pictures. And about the famous movie Coraline, used over 200,000 different facial expressions. For Kubo, they built a huge skeleton puppet that stood over 5 meters tall, the biggest puppet ever used in stop motion films. And I had no idea any of that until I started reading behind the scenes stories. And if I had known that as a kid, I think I would have appreciated those films even more. So, to conclude, stop motion is more than a film technique. It's a form of a slow, careful storytelling. It's for people who are patient, focused, and deeply passionate about what they do. If you never tried it, maybe now is the time. Um, grab your phone, move a little object, take a picture, and repeat. Who knows what